Hey everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So, in our series of pivot tables, in the latest episode we learned how to create one. Alright, but in this video, we will learn how to interact with the same, like how to apply filters on the pivot tables and how to refresh it. And for this video, we will learn many methods to apply filters on a pivot table. But let's see first what our pivot table is saying to us. So we have a simple pivot table here which is telling that these persons, dad, Kelly, and mom, have made this spend during the months of Jan to December. So these are the spends they have made, and these are the types of spends they have made, and these bifurcations. All right. So this is what our pivot table is saying to us. And now, before applying any filter here, we have to open our field list, and to do that, we have, as discussed in previous episode, we can just do it by go to pivot table analyze and then go to field list. Now we can see that we the fields here, and the filter field which is empty here, we can just put any fields into this, and yeah, we can apply filters as that will be very simple for us. But let's see what we want to filter out. Say we want to filter out this months, so I'll just drag months from column field to filter field. So now we can see that on the top of the pivot table we can see that months as a filter, and we can apply it like go to down arrow button, like the simple filters to down arrow button, and just select the any month that we want to filter out. So for example, I want to see spends only for March. I'll just select March and press OK. Now I can see that my spends have changed, as it is just showing me the month, showing me the spends that these persons have made during the month of March. We can also filter out multiple options. For example, March, October, December, and then press OK. So see, this is how we can do that, and not for just months. We can do it more than one thing, like from other than month. We can also do it for buyer simultaneously. So I will just put uh, buyers from row field to filter field. So now I can see that I have also filtered out the buyers, but yeah, I haven't applied the filter. So let's see when I apply the filter by clicking here on the down arrow button. Now I want to filter out the spends for dad, then press OK. Now I can see that spends that dad have made, uh, so their bifurcations, like for books, cafes, entertainment, groceries, fuels, and for the months of March and October and December. So yes, this is how we can apply filters on our pivot table. So this is one of the way to do that. And another thing we can do this like is to what? Let's see, is to what? We can just go to pivot table and analyze, and then insert slicer. And slicer on what? I can tell I want to insert slicer for our months only. So I'll just press OK, and by selecting months. So after applying slicer, we can see that we do not have a list to be filtered out. We have a proper table that we can on which we can apply our filters. So we can just drag it on the side, and yeah, we can apply filter as we want. For example, I want to filter out January only, so I just select January, and now it is showing me the spends for January only. And then now I want to filter out November. So yeah, it's only for November now. But yeah, what if we want to select more than one item, like so say multiple items, right? So what we can do, we can just press control and select the other things that we want to choose. All right, press control plus select, control plus select January. All right, so this is how we can do that. That is to apply multiple filters through a slicer. So yeah, after applying the filters, if you want to remove the filters all by once, we can just go there and clear all filters. All right, so yes, this is how we can apply filters through our slicers. And then the last way to apply filter on a pivot table is the timelines. Let's see how to do that. We'll just go to pivot table and analyze, and then insert a timeline. So timeline is a filter which is only applicable to dates or times, as its name mentioned, right? Suggested. Sorry. So I'll just select date and then press OK. So yeah, by timeline we can see that we got the option of months here, and we can select any one of them which we want to filter out, right? And also we can increase its size to see the full list. All right, so yeah, let's see how it works. So I want to filter out only February months. So yeah, we can see that it has filtered out February. But the one thing is that in order to select multiple items into these timelines, we should do it by pressing Ctrl plus Shift and then press select. So as you know, for slicer it was like control and select, but for timelines it is a way to select multiple items, multiple months. Alright, and there is a no break selection we can select. For example, after February I just want May only, so that will not be possible for timelines. Alright, so this is how we can apply filters on our pivot tables. So these three ways we have learned. So first one is simple filter, simple filter field. Second one is slicer, and third one is timelines. Alright, now coming to how to refresh your pivot table. So for that I'm not giving you any example here. I'm just telling you that whenever you prepare a pivot table, that is basis the source data, right? But whenever there is any change in the source data, the pivot table do not detect it automatically. So whenever we are using any pivot table, we must make sure that the pivot table we are using is refreshed or not. Uh, so for example, we have here. Okay, I'm giving an example here now. So let's see for that, right? So yeah, before giving an example, let's just remove the filters here from there. Let's clear filter. Okay, it is not filtered already. But yeah, so now this is one also problem. There is one also a problem here. We can see that the spends are only for dads only. So you must be thinking, why is that, right? Let me tell you the reason behind that. Because we have filtered out dads before, and we haven't removed the that filter from the fields when we did filter for buyers from the field list, if you may remember, right? So now I have put the bias field into the filters, so we can see that uh, the bias have been filtered by that. So in order to get every buyer's list and the spent, we must uh, clear the filter from this list. So we can do it like select all, and now again take the buyer to type, sorry, rows. Alright, now we can see that we can see spends for each buyer instead of just that. Alright, so now, yeah, coming to the example where we want to change our source data and see that how it impact our pivot table. So coming to that, let's see, there's a spend of books, and mom has spent um, on books like 40 40. Okay, now we can just check that. We can just change it to from $10 to $10,000. Okay, it's to $10,000. It is now, yeah, $1 million. Okay, in January, but from the pivot table it has not changed even a bit, right? Why is that? Because pivot table do not automatically detects the changes in it, changes in the source data, and in order to refresh it, in order to make changes in a pivot table, we have to refresh the same. And to do that, we can just uh, yeah, we can just do a right click on the pivot table and go to refresh. Alright, so yeah, we can see that pivot table has made the changes, and mom has spent in January on books is $1,030. Okay, and yeah, this is a thing that we have to do, and the also we have a shortcut for the same, which is shortcut to refresh pivot table, that is alt plus F5. Alright, if you press alt plus F5 on your uh, keyboard, you can just have your pivot table automatically refreshed. And yes, this was it for today for pivot tables, and please stay tuned because we are really going to learn a lot more about the pivot tables that will really help you to excel in your life. Alright, okay, so please stay tuned. Happy learning. Bye.